Hi. Well, they gave me 52 minutes, so I wonder what that's about. I have to go and clean up more storage. But enough about me. How's it going? I'm pretty sure some of you guys have seen the me you don't see. I've only seen bits and pieces. Um, yeah, there's no talking your way out of this one. Some things are just meant to not be said, is all I gotta say about that. If you have gripes with your family, take it up with your family. Don't air it on television. I've been saying that for a while. So what's going on with Prince Harry? Do you guys think he's going to lose his title? I mean, I almost feel like him telling his truth with these cards popping out the way they are. Him telling his truth and being unapologetic about it with the Knight of Swords being upside down. I mean, Knight of Wands being upside down. He's not caring about what anybody else thinks. Like, this is healing for him, he feels. He's not sad about it. Didn't put him in a sad place. It actually made him fruitful. And he's starting to see his money grow, where he was like watching that first. Now it's actually happening. But there is a little bit of imbalance going on with him. I mean, clearly he's saying that though, right? And missed opportunities. Obviously I've been saying that, and missed opportunities across seas where he was. And also having a lot of privilege, but now not having that. Not in a bad way though, not just cutting himself off literally by doing what he did. A lot of people are saying that it was crazy. I mean, with the Seven of Cups, it could be like, a lot of mental stuff. The Seven of Cups is in reverse. But I do see that, letting bygones be bygones, forgiving himself for missing opportunities, and understanding where he is now is where he is, and that's what he's got to deal with. But he's not really kind of like he's a little bit unapologetic about what happened. He feels the way he feels, and he literally feels like that's his truth. That's what he's saying. And you can compare the two royals. What I also see too with Prince Harry is that he may be also not maybe. I think him and Meghan are both kind of habitual fibbers. I know people like him. He means well. Um, I think this is what's happening, and you could like say differently, but life isn't real for people like Prince Harry. It's real, but he's so used to being in the limelight that he just says what people want to hear. Like, my dad made sure we were okay, blah blah blah. At the time it was said he didn't have any gripes with his dad, so the story was different. Now the story is my dad, neglected us when we were grieving over our mother, and told us to like pull ourselves up out of bootstrap and get over it and smile for the camera. Which, if he said what he said back then, that's what he meant. So when I say habitual liars, I think they kind of just lie for the public, not understanding that like what they said before can always easily be picked up from archives and put back in their face. Uh, I mean, but that's why it's important for you to not say anything, especially when you're under the scrutiny that you are under. So I think they're learning this. At least Harry's learning this. Meghan should have known this because she has been in the real world as a real human being. I think, Prince Harry, and I hate to say it, is like sort of a prop, you know. He's here to look a certain way, act a certain way, be a certain way. Dignity is supposed to be their way of life. Silence, quiet, supposed to be their way of life. Now, what's authentic about him is he said he didn't want that. Clearly, he understood the rules of engagement because he lived it, one. Two, he explained what he didn't want and what he was going through. So he was saying, I don't want it. So I think that's pretty authentic, and that's okay for him to say. I know everybody's going to be angry with him. Is he going to lose his title? Let's let's pull on it. I don't think he will though. But stranger things have happened. Even if he lost his title, it's gonna be important that people know that in America he's still gonna be Prince Harry. And he's Prince Harry by blood, and that's his relatives. Is his relatives gonna turn their back on him? I should think not. I don't think so. Maybe when his grandmother passes on, they might give him shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's definitely changing. The death card popped right on out when I said that. But again, he's unapologetic. He's spreading, the page of rods upside down. It's like telling the news or announcing something, and this announcement, this change, dare I say that the queen is about to exit as well? And that's going to bring him back over to the... Wow. I'm not sure if the queen is about to pass on. Um, but speaking the way he spoke, definitely changed things, and there was some communication about his change in status. Um, it doesn't change his money situation, is what I'm telling you. He's actually really happy to drop the title, which is what they were saying in the Oprah video. Like, listen, we've already lost so much. We're saying this because we know we're going to lose more. Now, what I don't appreciate is Prince Harry. I don't think he's going to lose his title. Sorry to tell you. Okay, what's not appreciated is the fact that he put his family in the middle of them trying to leave the situation. He didn't necessarily throw them under the bus. Now, he was just saying what he was experiencing. And most people, like I have totally different experiences from my other siblings in what happened in my family growing up. I'm not saying anything major happened. I'm just saying everything that happened in my family was experienced differently through my different siblings. We all have something that we saw in our growing up, in our childhood, from our parents, from our family, that we experienced differently. So whatever William was feeling, Harry wasn't feeling. Harry felt another way because they're two totally different people. So you can live in the same house and have different experiences. It happens all the time. What's not appreciated is that him lying about it. You know what I mean? And there's a bunch of fibs going on about, how he... I mean, and it's proven. It's proven. Even through his own words and actions of what he said earlier on. Growing up. Now, what's the truth? Is it the truth that he's telling now, or the truth that he told back then? And the truth that he told back then, was that something that he acquiesced to, or something that he agreed to say, because that's the way it's done in the monarchy. You just, you talk lightly about what your experiences in your family when you're a royal. And you put a positive spin on your truth instead of what you're actually feeling. Because why would he say anything bad about his father, especially when he was playing the game to the public, when he knows that the media is part enemy, part friend for the royals, and that's the truth. So being under heavy scrutiny like that, you should just not say anything, because people can go back and literally like pull from your experiences and talk about what you said earlier. And so it makes you look like a liar. Now, I don't think he's lying. I think he was literally like telling little white lies, and little white lies aren't dangerous. People lie 20, 30 times a day. And, it depends on if it's a vicious lie or not. And in this case, it was not a vicious lie. What he told about his father, it was, he put a positive spin on it. And also, people aren't gonna, talk about their problems in public like that. I know he did now, and people are like, whoa, why are you talking about your problems like that? And that's why people don't talk about their problems like that. But people aren't gonna put their stuff out like that, especially when they're trying to like save face or have a certain facade about what's going on with their family life. So yeah, people have real problems. It's not a shock that they didn't have real problems, that he didn't get along with his dad sometimes, that, his dad didn't agree with everything he did, that he didn't agree with getting disciplined most of the time. Who does? But I mean, my mom's did some crazy shit. I'm not going to go and like run a campaign to smear her name. It is what it is. That's how we grew up. Just get over it and move on with your life. Now, what I think is happening is he doesn't understand real life. Honestly, he just don't understand real life. And that's not to be an insult. It just means that people helped him along. And so now he's coming into terms with him thinking for himself, him making choices for himself, not having advisors around. I'm pretty sure he still does have advisors around. Or maybe he don't, because he's making some poor decisions right now as far as like opening his mouth. So yeah, I don't know. These are stoner thoughts. You can go on with me with this journey, or you could just like shut it off. But honestly, I do think that, there's a little bit of growing up that he needs to do. He needs to understand that certain things that you tell people will be used against you. It will. So you can't open your mouth to everybody and be vulnerable with everyone. Even though he's lived a very, very public life, if you want a private life, you got to shut the fuck up. You got to just be quiet. And you can live a nice, dignified, quiet life and produce movies and all kind of crazy stuff and still be you. You're always going to be Prince Harry. You're always going to have that leverage over you. Let's be real about that. There's nothing wrong with you using that as leverage, because that's what you have in your back pocket. And congratulations on that. You're a lucky one. Don't feel bad about that. Shit, I wish I was born with certain things in my pocket, and I was. So, utilize the gifts that you have to move ahead. So, anybody trying to knock this man's hustle, shut the fuck up. Like, let this man make his money, or continue to keep his money, or keep up his lifestyle that he's used to and privy to. Like, let's not, that's not an American way, by the way, knocking people's hustle. So yeah. Anywho, with that being said, I do think Harry needs some growing up to do. I don't think you can invalidate his truth. Like, he's telling you, this is how I felt. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe perhaps now he is telling you the real Harry instead of what he was telling you in the news as a facade. So there's no way that he could possibly not be lying about this right now. What he was saying is, yeah, that was a lie and this is the truth. This is really what happened. I'm telling you the truth. I'm opening up about what really happened. This isn't the facade. Does that make him a bad person? It does not. Congratulations on being strong. And also people are saying he's out there, he's not supposed to be running his mouth, and what purpose does it have? It has an awesome purpose. Even if a person does feel good for 20 minutes, there's nothing wrong with that. But what I do see is that it shows that powerful people go through stuff normal people go through too, and it's okay to get help. That was the whole message. Okay, powerful people go through what normal people go through too, and it's okay to get help. It's okay to not stigmatize it. It's okay to talk about your vulnerabilities and your weak points to make them stronger. I don't think it was, so it was with purpose for me. I think it had great purpose because it uh, shed a light on powerful people who did make it. Yes, they made it. They were successful, and through their successes, they had struggles. Highlighting that everyone has struggles and you can still succeed. So when you want to put a spin on it, as in, I can't stand this person, so this is the way I want to see it. As in, this doesn't do anything for anyone. It's only 20 minutes of feel good and then blah, blah, blah. It's not 20 minutes of feel good. People who need to be cheered on, especially with their mental illnesses, especially if they're powerful people, that isn't that they aren't in the public like that, but they're still leaders in their field, need to understand that they have issues as well, and it's okay to get help. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to bring awareness to it. So it serves a great purpose. With that being said, I can't knock them for that. Congratulations on highlighting mental illness, making people feel good, even if it's for 20 minutes. They either can take what they can from it for 20 minutes, or they can take a lifetime of teachable moments with them and apply it to their lives and be happier people and understand, yes, I get depressed, but I can still pull myself up by the bootstraps with the help of other people as long as I communicate. Thank you. This is the I Am Tarot.